councillors and caretakers. Your wonderful candidate, my sister, Nickeisha Burchell. All of the workers and warriors, foot soldiers and supporters of the People's National Party who have been with us on this tour of South St. James today, rain or shine, you were there. Big up on yourself, man. You have a very talented, brilliant, energetic, young daughter of the soil, putting herself forward to represent the people of South St. James in this coming general election. Don't take her simple. She's extremely brilliant. I've been working with her for years now, and I am so proud of how she has taken this step to become the first female member of parliament for this constituency. And I must tell you, as somebody who was brought into parliament by Sister P back in 2007, I know how important it is and the benefits of having women in the politics and leadership position. Women care, women have a different touch, and she will serve you with distinction. I have no doubt about that. As for her opponent, this current person occupying that seat, I must tell you, I've been in parliament with him for 5 years now. I have never heard him say a word. I don't know what the man sounds like when he talk. He is not advocating for the people of South St. James in parliament, I can tell you that. Because I've never heard the man talk. Not even the prayer him not say. So, chalk to cheese, that's a good way of describing the choice that you have. Nickeisha Burchell, she represents the future. She represents a path forward to a better life for you and your children. Who you have there now represents the past. He's not bringing anything new to the table. He is not going to change anything for the better. His promises were given and were not performed. So you know what you're dealing with there. It's a clear choice, people. And I say to you, stand up for your right to vote. Don't sell out yourself. Don't sell out your children. Don't sell out your party. Don't sell out your candidate. And don't sell out Iman Marky G. Comrades, the next PNP government is going to be a government of upliftment for the people. We published our manifesto this week, and it has a number of things in it which are powerful in what they will do and achieve for the people of Jamaica. And when I was thinking about it, and the song from the 1970s, one of our best political songs, My Leader Barnia, where Never Struggle Martin, the artist, say, we are going to juke them with free education, and we are going to juke them with the microdam. Well, now in 2025, we're going to juke them with the family scholarship, where if you are the first person in your family to qualify for university or college, the PNP will give you a full scholarship under the government of Mark Jefferson Golden. We're going to juke them with the East program, because we know that some parents can't afford to give them children lunch money 5 days a week, and sometimes children miss school because of that. So we're going to step up the school feeding program under the East program. And we're going to ensure that every needy child gets a hot, nutritious meal every day in primary and secondary school. $9 billion extra dollars we're going to spend on the children. And the farmers in South St. James and across Jamaica will benefit from that money, because you will be producing the food which we want to feed the children with. We're going to juke them with the right program, because we know that absenteeism from school is also caused by parents not having the money 5 days a week to send them children to school, especially in rural Jamaica. So we have the right program where we're going to provide each family who has a problem. We're going to send out the social worker, the guidance counselor, where the children are not attending, and find out what the problem is. And if it's transportation is a problem, they will get a subsidy from the government $10,000 per month per child of the family to help cover the cost of transportation to send the children to school. And we're going to vet the transport operators who get the benefit of that money to make sure that they are reliable and honest people, decent people who will carry the children safely and who we can have confidence in. Busman and taximan, you're going to benefit from this program too. So we're going to juke them with the right program. We're going to juke them with affordable housing. We're going to build 50,000 houses in the next 5 years for people who are presently not served in the housing market. And each constituency will get at least 500 of those affordable houses. And your brilliant candidate, Nickeisha, has already identified the lands, public lands not suitable for agriculture, where we can put those houses so we can build the 500 right here in South St. James for the people of Jamaica, of this constituency who need housing. And we're going to reform the National Housing Trust. We're going to juke them with the Young Person Deposit Fund. We're going to establish a deposit fund within the National Housing Trust so young people up to 45 years old who want to pay down on their first home and can't find the money for the deposit will get a grant from the National Housing Trust to cover the deposit. Money they don't have to pay back, $500,000, courtesy of the next PMP government. And we're going to juke them with the rent-to-own scheme. The rent-to-own scheme is for the people who right now can't qualify for an NHT mortgage because they can't prove their income. They don't get a pay slip because they're not employed to some big company or whatever. They might be a farmer. They might be a taxi operator, a hairdresser, a cosmetologist, they have a little shop, a cook shop or whatever. We will say, you can come into possession of that house that we are building as a tenant. And you can pay the rent, which will be equivalent to the mortgage. And if you make your payments on a monthly basis on time for 6 months, we will treat that as proof of income. You don't need no pay slip. You will qualify for the mortgage. You can draw down on the loan and you can move up from being a tenant to be an owner of that house and have your place on the rock, which you own. After the abolition of slavery, the colonial masters passed a law saying that if you occupy public land, you cannot acquire a title for that land unless you live there for 60 years. At the time, 60 years was beyond the average lifespan of any human being on earth. They never intended for anybody to have land who didn't have land already. Well, that law is still on the books. And we say we want our people to become owners in this society. So we are going to reduce that time frame from 60 years to 25 years. If you've been on the land for 25 years, you're entitled to a title, and the PNP will ensure you get your title. And if you haven't quite made 25 years, but you'd like to acquire ownership and a title for the land, you can come talk to us. We will arrange a nice price for the land for you that you can manage and a payment plan that is comfortable because we want you to own it. We don't want to, we don't believe in calling nobody a squatter, and we're not bulldozing down any poor people's house. We're not into them thing there. And all of the Operation Pride schemes around Jamaica, which were designed to uplift people living in informal settlements. We're going to finish those schemes if they're unfinished, complete the infrastructure and make sure the people get their title. And in future, any other informal settlements, we're going to bring similar solutions because we want everybody to live in dignity in the country and become an owner of the home that they dream to aspire to own. When it comes to workers' rights, we're going to put an end to the abuse of short-term contracts, which are so prevalent in the hotel industry and certain other industries as well, where persons don't have security in their job because they're on a short-term contract and every time it's renewed at the discretion of the employer and they don't get certain benefits that under the law they should have. We're going to cut out them thing there. And for the hotel workers, This government said they were going to do it, but they haven't done it. Well, we are going to do it. We are going to eliminate the tax on tips and gratuity and commissions for hotel workers so they can get more money in their pockets when they finish their week's pay. Week's work. And similarly for all security guard and all public sector workers who earn overtime, the next PNP government is going to eliminate tax on overtime. As long as you're earning up to $6 million a year, you will not pay tax on your overtime. And I heard a little lady, a little labourite lady at them big meeting, I try to disrespect me by suggesting that security guards are not first-class citizens in the country. Well, I respect all security guards. I respect everybody. And I want to see security guards flourish too, because they are keeping us safe and doing honest work. So I'm glad to implement this policy where we won't tax their overtime pay. And comrades, when it comes to the governance of the country, the people tired of the hanky-panky rip-off government that we have right now. A prime minister whose integrity commission declarations cannot be certified. He's under investigation for the criminal offense of illicit enrichment. He's taken the integrity commission to court, and in his affidavit has been filed that shows the matter is even worse than we thought it was. The people are tired of that. That's why we're going to juke them with the impeachment procedure when we come into government, so that no member of parliament can be caught on video with a stool, a beat a woman, bad. No, that will mean impeachment. You will be held accountable for your actions. And imagine they have that same individual running for parliament for them again. And we're going to juke them with a modification to the gag clause in the Integrity Commission Act. Because right now, they have 10 people, members of parliament, under investigation for illicit enrichment. And we only know one, which is the Prime Minister himself. So there are several 9+ persons, and I don't believe any of them are PNP candidates, because we've already looked into that. 9+ candidates who are putting themselves forward, who are under investigation right now by the Integrity Commission for illicit enrichment. That is not right. So we're going to amend the gag clause so that in the future that cannot be repeated. The gag clause says that the Integrity Commission can't release any information on a matter under investigation until they've completed the investigation and sent their final report to Parliament. And because these investigations can take a long time, it means that the public is denied critical information about people who are supposedly representing them. So we're going to modify that. We're going to deal with a lot of things in the next government. But it's all about a more righteous, caring, just, and progressive government. We want to take Jamaica to the next level. We want to build a strong economy. I can't train our people. We're going to be focusing on education and training in a major way. Every high school will have a vocational training lab in it, so the youth them can become certified up to level 4 at heart while they're at school. And when they leave school, they're ready for the world of work and certified if they don't feel like going down the academic path to university. And I hear the labourite them talk all kind of foolishness about our manifesto. And them don't even have a manifesto. And them try to disrespect our manifesto. Talking about our manifesto was what AI generated. Nothing ago so. Our manifesto came out of ideas shared over a 2-year period at retreats of the Shadow Cabinet, where each spokesperson was tasked to present their proposals on their portfolio, and we took the ones that made sense and that could be effectively delivered. And then we looked at other things that I had said in my various budget presentations and Julian Robinson had said in his, and we put together a strong and powerful manifesto. And we're coming with our supplementary manifesto, which is a summary of what is there and 1 or 2 little other piece of icing on the cake. So don't wait.